Are you feeling overwhelmed as a new parent? Have you discovered the real meaning of the terrible twos? At your wit's end with your troubled teen? No matter what the challenge, Norfolk's Family Services Center can help steer you toward the light. Pam Wong is a Family Services Supervisor, Juanita Jones, a Family Services Worker with our Early Prevention Unit, and they work with parents to address some of the challenges they encounter along that long road from baby to adulthood. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Family Services Center is kind of a new way of approaching and looking at human services resources. And you are located over at 741 Monticello, which is downtown or close to downtown.
Yes.
So the Early Prevention Unit has been in existence for a while. And what does it pertain to?
Well, the Early Prevention Unit is located at Human Services, so we're part of Social Services, and we're there for families who need help. They might simply need information, resources about community programs for their family, for their children, or we help families who have a little more serious problems, who are in crisis and at their wit's end and don't quite know where to turn for help.
Okay, so early prevention is what it is. It helps people deal with some things early on so that they don't grow into something larger and more troublesome. Okay.
It's true. It's all voluntary. I like to tell parents, you get to drive the bus. It's your family. You're the expert about your family. And if you're hit some rough patches in the road, it helps to have someone there to support and to share information and resources and to be there. So it's something that families are really, they direct the services that they need and the type of help that they want for their family.
So this isn't like, you come here, we'll tell you what to do and how to do it. This is, you have a problem, give us a call and come to us, because we might be able to give you some guidance.
Yes, we help stabilize the family. If you're having a hard time, you just need somebody to come in there, a fresh look to help you put things together. We can help you do that. If you need parenting classes, we have them at the agency now. We can come to your home and do them now.
Wow.
So it's on your schedule. We're here to work with you. We're not trying to overwhelm you. We're trying to take some stresses away from you.
Yeah, instead of adding to it, you want to
Yes.
take some of it away by giving people ways to manage it better.
Yes.
Yeah. Now the age groups of the children, the parents certainly, that you would be able to assist. They have kids of various ages, so
Yes.
that can, the challenges can be certainly different depending on the age of the child or children.
Yes, we work with toddlers. We connect them to Resource Moms, CHIP program. We work with a lot of teens. That's what we're seeing now, the teenagers. We try to put outpatient counseling for them, mentoring programs. We work with all children of all ages.
We get a number of calls from parents who are stressed out over their teens, and that seems to be well, it's a volatile time for anybody, regardless of their circumstances. But it can be a real challenge when a parent is concerned that their son or daughter is heading maybe in the wrong direction.
Yes, a lot of times they just need a third party to come in and kind of just listen to both sides. That's what they need. They just need someone to listen and understand what they're going through.
Well, and that's just it. There is actually somebody you can call and someone that you can meet up with, either at your own home or at the agency. You offer some other classes as well that...
Well, we really offer an array of services depending on what the family's interests and needs are, starting with information and referral to crisis intervention, sometimes some short-term counseling, case management services. We work with a lot of families with children who are struggling with mental health issues, emotional or behavioral problems. So a lot of times it's connecting folks to the right resource in the community that fits for them. So we do a thorough assessment with the family and really listen and feel like we get to know them and their family and their situation, what they've tried, what's worked, what hasn't worked, where they would like to be, and what's helped work with them to develop some steps to help them get there. So we're really there in the short term to kind of help get them pointed in the right direction.
All this work that the Early Prevention Unit is doing is geared toward finding solutions and ways to address challenges of parenthood, but there's also under development a coalition that will actually be even larger than what it is you're working with now.
We'd like to make prevention a priority in Norfolk. Looking at overall health and well-being of families, the educational needs of children, mental health, family stability, family self-sufficiency, reducing substance abuse and suicide prevention. So really the big picture of making prevention a priority, and to be able to work with neighborhoods or schools or community groups that are interested in reducing some of the social problems that we all experience, and that we're all concerned about as parents and as residents.
And there are a couple of numbers up on the screen that you can call if you want to get some more information about the early prevention services that are provided through Norfolk Human Services. Again, it is called the Family Services Center. This is all a thrust in a new direction to really to kind of send the message to the public that this is really for you. This is not something you have to do, but something that you are able to access, particularly if you have the need. So please give them a call and they can give you more information. Of course, the whole idea of the Family Services Center alludes to, you know, being there to help people and being welcoming. So that is also a way to warm up what it is that we have. I think people in their minds think of human services as one way, and it doesn't have to be that way.
No.
It doesn't. They say an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And so, you know, we all face struggles as new parents, and as our children grow and develop and move into elementary school or middle school, they face a lot of different challenges today as well. So sometimes it's helping parents navigate the system and give them the information and the support that they need and some direction, so that they can make good decisions for their children. And so the kids can make good decisions too, and identify areas of needs or concerns early enough and get help, so it doesn't get to be a much larger problem later.
Okay. That's what prevention's all about.
A lot of times the family doesn't know the resources that the community is offering,
Right.
so we can connect them to that. We'll connect them to the Salvation Army. If they have any back to school things going on, we can connect them to pantries and different things like that. So they're just not aware of different things going on in the community.
All right. So give them a call, because they do have connections to the community, and we'll have even more as time goes on, because they're working on making this an even bigger effort. And if your organization or school may be interested in learning more about the prevention efforts, please give them a call as well, because they can come out and talk to you. So thank you for coming here and talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Well, is your teen looking for a job? When we come back, meet the person behind an organization that connects kids with the resources they need.